Timothy. Gogo, do you think this kind of thing is getting worse? Are more people treating their parents badly now? Gogo. In some ways, yes. The world moves faster now. People move to cities far from their parents. They get caught up in their own lives, their own struggles. Technology means they can work all the time, be busy all the time. But it also means they have less excuse. You can video call your parents from anywhere now. You can send money instantly. Distance is not the barrier it used to be. Susan. So they have even less excuse than the Mabuza children did? Gogo. In some ways, yes. But I also see young people who do better. Who understand that family matters. Who make time despite their busy lives. Who send money home regularly. Who visit when they can. Who call. Who remember. Those are the ones who will receive blessings, not karma's bite. Philip. What kind of blessings? Gogo. The blessing of peace. Of knowing you did right. Of having your parents' prayers and good wishes following you. Of being able to look at yourself in the mirror without shame. Of having children who learn from your example how to treat you when you're old. These are blessings worth more than money. Grace. Do you think parents should ever stop helping their children? Like, to teach them to be independent? Gogo. There's a difference between helping your children become independent and abandoning them. Parents should guide their children to stand on their own feet, yes. But that doesn't mean turning away when they need help. Just as children shouldn't turn away when their parents need help. It works both ways. Sophie. So it's about balance. Gogo. Everything in life is about balance, Sophie. The Mabuza children went too far in one direction. They took all the help their parents could give when they were young, then gave almost nothing back. That's not balance. That's theft. They stole their parents' sacrifice and gave back only scraps. Timothy. When you put it that way, it sounds really bad. Gogo. It was really bad, Timothy. And that's why I'm telling you this story. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. You're all growing up. Soon you'll have your own lives, your own responsibilities. You might move away, have careers, have your own families. And when that happens, I want you to remember this story. Susan. We will, Gogo. I promise. Gogo. Good. Remember that success means nothing if you've failed at being a good child. Remember that all the money in the world can't buy back time with your parents once they're gone. Remember that the quality of food you give them matters. Not just leftovers from your abundance, but proper meals, prepared with love and respect. Philip. The pantry leftovers thing really bothers you, doesn't it, Gogo? Gogo. It's symbolic, Philip. Food is life. Food is care. When you give someone your leftovers, especially your own parents, you're saying they're not worth fresh food. You're saying they deserve only what you don't want anymore. It's a small cruelty that represents a larger disrespect. Grace. So we should always give them the best of what we have. Gogo. At least as good as what you give yourself. That's the minimum. In many cultures, the elders eat first, get the best portions. That's respect. That's honoring their years, their wisdom, their sacrifice. What the Mabuza children did was the opposite. They ate the best and gave their parents the scraps. Sophie. And karma made sure they experienced exactly what they had done to their parents. Gogo. Yes. That's how karma works. It's a mirror. It shows you yourself through experiencing what you've given to others. The doctor sat at his son's table eating reheated leftovers and suddenly saw his own father's face. In that moment, he understood. But understanding came too late. Timothy. I don't ever want to understand too late. Gogo. Then understand now. While you're young. While your parents and I are still here. While you can still make different choices. That's the gift of hearing these stories. You get to learn from other people's mistakes instead of your own. Susan. Snuggling closer to Gogo, we'll take care of you, Gogo. Always. And Mama and Papa too, when they're old. Gogo. Kissing her head, I believe you, little one. But it's not just about taking care of us. It's about carrying these values forward. Teaching them to your own children someday. Breaking the cycle of neglect that exists in some families. Philip. Gogo, what happened to old Mr. and Mrs. Mabuza in the end? You said they died, but how? Gogo. Pausing, her voice heavy, Mr. Mabuza died of a stroke. He was alone when it happened. His children hadn't visited in months. Mrs. Ndlovu found him the next morning. Mrs. Mabuza, she died of what the doctors called heart failure. But I think she died of a broken heart. She followed her husband 6 months later, as I said. Grace. Were there children at the funerals? Gogo. Oh yes. They came. They wore expensive black clothes. They cried loudly. They paid for elaborate ceremonies. The doctor gave a speech about what a wonderful father he had. The businesswoman wept over her mother's casket. The lawyer hired the best choir. It was all very impressive. Sophie. But it was too late. Gogo. Exactly. The dead don't need expensive funerals. They needed care when they were alive. They needed proper food, not leftovers. They needed visits, not excuses. They needed to feel valued, not abandoned. But the children gave them none of that. So they compensated with a funeral that cost more than they had sent their parents in the last 5 years of their lives. Timothy. That's such a waste. Gogo. It is. And everyone in the village knew it. We all saw the expensive caskets and elaborate flowers and fancy programs. And we all remembered the hungry old couple who ate leftovers from neighbors' kitchens. The contrast was too stark to miss. That's another punishment, you see. Living with the knowledge that everyone knows what you did. Or rather, what you didn't do. Susan. Shame. Gogo. Yes, Susan. Public shame. The kind that follows you forever. Even though they tried to make amends through charity and good works, everyone in the village still remembers. When people talk about the Mabuza children, they don't talk about their success or their wealth. They talk about how they neglected their parents. That becomes your legacy. Philip. So reputation matters? Gogo. Reputation is one thing. But character is another. They tried to protect their reputation by hosting expensive funerals. But their character had already been revealed by how they treated their parents while they were alive. Character is what you do when you think no one is watching. Reputation is what people say about you after. Grace. But people were watching. Gogo. Yes. The ancestors are always watching. The community is always watching. And most importantly, your own conscience is always watching. The Mabuza children can't escape what they did. Even if they had fooled everyone else, they can't fool themselves. They can't unsee their father eating stale bread. They can't unhear their mother's voice asking for help. That's a burden they'll carry forever. Sophie. Quietly, I think I understand now why you're telling us this story, Gogo. Gogo. Tell me, child. What do you understand? Sophie. It's not just a story about 3 specific people. It's a warning to all of us. It's about remembering our values no matter how successful we become. It's about not letting money and status make us forget where we came from and who helped us get there. Gogo. Smiling with pride. Yes, Sophie. Exactly. The world will try to teach you.